Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum Pakistan and Pakistanis all over the world. Namaste India and Indians all over the world. Sat Sri Akal Indian Punjab and Indian Punjabis all over the world. Once again Asad Yaqub is back and we are going to solve IELTS reading, academic IELTS reading test, and we are going to do the toughest type of questions, or I would not say toughest but confusing type of questions, and this is multiple choice in reading. Now get ready to learn about multiple choice, and I'm going to tell you how to read the question. What part of question do you need to read first, when to read the options, and how can you read the options, and this is going to help you understand the nature of questions and how to find the right answer. So we are just going to do this in this video, and definitely this video is going to teach you about multiple choice, and you're going to learn all the techniques, all the tips about multiple choice. So now let's go to the handout, and there I'm going to solve the test with magic hands. Let's take a start. Okay, now we move on to section 3, reading section 3, and this is a difficult test. We've got choose the correct letters A, B, C, D, and this multiple choice question is quite complicated for many students. Anyways, what is the writer's main point in the first paragraph? Okay, this is easy. We need to read the first paragraph and we need to see what is the writer's main point. We need to find the main point of the writer in the first paragraph. So you should not read the options first. First you need to read the first paragraph, and then you got to see what is the main aim of the writer or main point. He says it's about photography. Is photography art? This may seem a pointless question today, surrounded as we are by thousands of photographs. Most of us take for granted that in addition to supplying information, now what happens, we just see the photographs but we take them for granted. In addition to supplying information, photographs supply information, and seducing customers, camera images also serve as decoration. Right, so camera images, they serve as decoration. And what is the question? Is photography art? This may seem a pointless question. Which question? Is photography art? And then camera images also serve as decoration, afford spiritual enrichment, and provide, and all that. So main thing is actually here in the beginning. Now let's see what are the options. What are the writer's main point? What is the writer's main point in the first paragraph? A. Photography is used for many different purposes. Sounds like the correct answer, but actually it's not. B. Photographers and artists have the same principal aim. No, no, no. C. Photography has not always been a readily accepted art form. See that? Photography has not always been readily accepted an art form. I tell you why. Is photography art? This may seem a pointless question today, surrounded as we are by thousands of photographs. Most of us take for granted that. Most of us take for granted that. And is photography art? So the statement is photography has not always been a readily accepted art form. Exactly, that's what the right answer is. Why D is wrong? Photographers today are more creative than those of the past. In the first paragraph, you got to see what is the writer's main point. This must be mentioned somewhere. Photography, this question reflects the search of ways to fit the mechanism. No, they didn't mention it even. Right, yeah, there they have this thing, traditional schemes of artistic expression, but the main point is only this: photography has not always been a readily acceptable art form. Now let's go on. What public view about artists was shared by the French and the English? Now you need to find the word French and the English. What public view about artists was shared by the French and English? First we need to scan French and English, and then we got to find public view. about the artist and shared by them. So let's just go on and we see French and English, 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 French and English. I found France here, but I need to see French and English. I found England also here. So it means I need to read from here. Okay, yeah. Discussion of the role of photography in art was especially spirited in France, where the internal policies of the time had created a large pool of artists. But it was also taken up by important voices in England. In both countries, now the answer is gonna come. Whatever they say here. In both countries, public interest in this topic was a reflection of the belief that national stature and achievement in the arts were related. What? National stature and achievement in the arts were related. So this portion has got the answer. Let's see what public view about artists was shared by the French and the English. Okay, so A, that only artists could reflect a culture's true values. They didn't talk about that. B, that only artists were qualified to judge photography. Only artists were qualified to judge photography. No. The artist could lose work as a result of photography, means the artist could lose work. No. I mean, you know that artistic success raised a country's international profile. I tell you why. That artistic success raised a country's international profile, and for that they are using. In both countries, public interest in this topic was a reflection of the belief, the answer is here, that national stature. Now for national stature, they are using the word country's international profile. Country's international profile. National stature and achievement in the art were related. The belief that national stature and achievement in the art were related. So actually the artistic success raised, artistic success, and for that they use the word achievement. The belief that national stature and achievement in the arts were related. They have relation. The artistic success raised a country's international profile. D is the right answer. Here remember, odd one out is the best way to find the correct answer. Read a statement and then say no, this is not possible, this is not possible, and then you will find where the right answer is. Now let's go on. Question number 29. What does the writer mean in line 59? Wow, they are so kind. They have told us. What does the writer mean in line 59? And what is that phrase? The handwriting on the wall. What is the meaning of writer in line 59? Now first we need to read line 59, and we got to see there they mention the handwriting on the wall, and what does it say? Okay, line 59. This is 60 and this is 59. So let's read it from the beginning. Well, it says here, artists reacted to photography in various ways. All right, many portrait painters, miniaturists in particular, who realized that photography represented the handwriting on the wall. Who realized that photography represented the handwriting on the wall, became involved with the daguerreotyping or paper photography in an effort to save their careers. Okay. Some incorporated it with painting, while others renounced painting altogether. Now here we got to read this and then we need to decide. Let's see what the question is. They say, what was the reason? Sorry, 29. What does the writer mean in line 59 by the handwriting on the wall? A, an example of poor talent. Honestly speaking, they didn't talk about poor talent at all. B, a message that cannot be trusted. Okay, it's a message, but they didn't talk about trust or anything. Let's go back and see. Artists reacted to photography in various ways. Many portraits, painters, manuscripts in particular, who realized that photography represented the handwriting on the wall, became involved with daguerreotyping or paper photography in an effort to save their careers. Some incorporated it with painting, while others renounced painting altogether. Still other painters, the most prominent among them, the French painter Jean-Augustin, began almost immediately to use photography to make a record of their own output and all that. So it's not A, it's not B. An advertisement for something new. No, they didn't talk about that. A signal that something bad will happen. Now, a signal that something bad will happen. How do we get to know that it's a signal that something bad will happen? Artists reacted to photography in various ways. Many portrait painters, miniaturists in particular, who realized that photography represented the handwriting on the wall, became involved with daguerreotyping. Now this daguerreotyping or paper photography in an effort to save their careers, right? So they thought that now their careers are going to be in danger and the situation is dangerous about their careers. So just because of that, a signal for them, those who are drawing, sketching and all that, making paintings by hand, when photography came in, for them it was a sign that something bad will happen. Now they will become jobless and their career is going to be in danger. That's why D is the right answer. I'm doing it slowly because I'm explaining it to you. Otherwise you will do it all in heart and it's going to be easier for you. Now let's go on. What was the result of the widespread availability of photographs to the middle class? Now here important thing is middle class. What was the result of widespread availability of photographs? Now when the photographs were available to middle class, what was the result of that? That's what we need to find. So let's read on. Middle class and all that, photographs might be worthwhile because they are all in order. So I'm looking for something like middle class, and what's the question? The question is, what was the result of the widespread availability, even availability of photographs to the middle class? Okay, let's go on here. All right, got to find the word like middle class and availability and all that. No, not here. The most important statement here. No, these writers reflected and all that. Okay, we need to see the class. This gives excitement. Okay, this appeal to the middle class convinced the elite that photographs would foster a desire for realism instead of idealism. Okay, now this appeal to the middle class convinced the elite that photographs would foster a desire for realism instead of idealism, even though some critics recognize that the work of individual photographers might display an uplifting style and substance that was consistent with the defining characteristics of art. What was the result of the widespread availability of photographs to the middle class? We got to see this actually. The most educated, the elite, right? For the most educated, they've used the word the elite. The most educated worried about its impact, realism and idealism on public taste. Yes, exactly. Why not? I tell you. This appeal to the middle class convinced the elite that photographs would foster a desire for realism instead of idealism, even though some critics recognize that the work of individual and all that. Now what do they say here? They say, what was the result of the widespread availability of photographs to the middle class? The most educated worried about its impact on public taste. Now what is impact on public taste? That photographs would foster a desire. Now this is the public taste. Public taste was about idealism, but the photographs would change it to realism. So this would be the impact of that. That's why question number 30 will have A as the right answer. Let's see why other answers are wrong. It helped artists appreciate the merits of photography. Stupid answer. Okay, stupid option. Improvements were made in photographic methods. No. It led to a reduction in the price of photography. Absolutely not. So these are the silly options, and this is the right answer. This is how you guys need to do list of headings. Welcome back once again, and did you notice, this is how you got to solve the test. We did questions 27, 28, 29, 30. So first read the question, then scan the passage, read about that, and after reading about that very statement, then come back to options and you will find the right options easily. If you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to comment my video. In the comment you can tell me what do you think about this video, what else you want me to do. So I will come back with more videos and I'll dedicate those videos to you as well. This video is actually on public demand, on your demand. That's why I'm making videos on IELTS reading. You should subscribe this channel, and I run another channel, Asad Yaqub Vlogs. You must subscribe to that channel as well, and I teach IELTS online. If you want me to be your IELTS coach, to be your IELTS tutor, your IELTS trainer, you can contact me on this WhatsApp number for that. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.